Hello everyone, welcome to another walkthrough for Star Wars: The Old Republic. Today I'll be showing you the fourth and final boss for hard mode Karagga's Palace. First off, you will see here I am at the Heavy Fabricator. First off, what you want to do is you want to activate the puzzle, move him into place for the fight. As you can see here, we burn him with the selected attack. What you want to do is you want to have two DPS or a DPS and a healer up on the top platform doing the puzzle, while everybody else is down DPSing the foreman, the heavy fabricator. I'm sorry. Up here you will see droid in hard mode. These droids will spawn, blocking you from the panels. What you want to do is, in order to burn him again, as you saw in the beginning of the video, you must move all of the pieces out of the thing you had just used. The way we do it, we move one into the center, and then we move two to the side, and then we move one up into the top so that it can be moved to the left, and then we move three to the center, move three back up and down to the right, and then we move one up into the center, down into the center again. Then we move two over to the right, and then we move the one up and to the right again, and this allows you to burn him again. We must do this because the entire series must be cleared before you can burn him again. Once you burn him, he will take a debuff, which increases all damage dealt and removes all of the armoring buffs that he received while you were solving the puzzle. Also, my group was doing a tactic called the fast burn. We keep him under this right side and do the puzzle as fast as we possibly can, so we can do as much damage as fast as possible. The center weapon will emit an EMP. It'll destroy all the droids up on the top platform, and it'll also remove the armor debuff. On the far left, there is a freeze. This will remove all the armor debuffs only. As you can see here, we are solving the puzzle again. It is very, 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 very important that the two or three people doing the puzzle communicate throughout the entire fight as to where your pieces are going to be going. Also, what you are not seeing are the tanks. Down where the Foreman Crusher is, the tanks will need to hold him under the flame weapon. You can see where the flame is going to hit. There are two yellow lines. They are like caution markers. The tanks can stand on these and safely be out of the flame's reach. What happens is the Foreman Crusher puts an armor debuff, which increases damage dealt by the Foreman Crusher on the tank who is currently holding aggro. What the tanks must do is communicate as to when each tank reaches 5 stacks of this armor debuff. Once 5 stacks is reached, the person tanking him must call taunt off, and the off tank will then taunt the the heavy fabricator off and hold aggro until he has 5 stacks, at which point the tank who was tanking him before, that armor debuff will be off, and thus he can continue tanking. This is a tank swap. Tanks must communicate. Other than that, the DPS must watch out for stun droids. They look completely different than the probe droids you see now. They will stun either tank or healer or DPS, anyone inside of that area. One will spawn on the far right on the outside track. Another one will spawn on the inside or on the far side of the assembly line in the center, and then on the far left side one will spawn on the outside of the assembly track. You want to make sure that your DPS takes these down before they continue DPSing the boss, because if a healer or a tank is stunned, it could cause a lot of trouble for your raid. Other than that, this fight is has a very tight enrage timer, so make sure that whenever you burn him, whoever is up on the puzzle, if their DPS goes down within range and DPSs them for the duration of the debuff. As you can see here, the person doing the puzzle with me was unfortunately killed because of the probe droids. They have an AoE self-detonate ability. What we had to do here was we had to pull a healer off from the bottom and put him up here so that he could battle res my partner. This could not happen for a while because of our communication. We had to get him up there, had to show him the way to go, make sure he didn't hit any of the bubbles from the probe droids. I had to do the entire puzzle on my own. As you can see, it is very, very slow for one person to do on their own, which is why you want 2 or 3 to be helping you.
Get out of the way.
When you do this, you want to make sure you call out, "I'm ready to burn,"
3, 2, 1.
and then do a countdown so your tanks and DPS know to get out of the way. If they take the damage from this flame, they will either be killed or take a very large amount of damage that the healers may not be able to heal through. Other than that, the fight is very labor intensive. You must have good communication, otherwise you will wipe.
Everybody shush.
Guests, it is my singular pleasure to present once again my master, Grand Mogul of the Hutt Cartel, Supreme Power of Hutta, Unchallenged, All-Powerful, Karagga the Unyielding.
He's got the condom hat on.
Alrighty, for you, Mr. T-Berg, you just need to pick a side leg, whichever one's facing the center, like the center leg, and stay there. Same for Ant.
Alright, here we are at the final boss of Karagga's palace, Karagga the Unyielding. This is a simple boss fight for a DPS or healer. Tanks, however, they need to watch out. First off, the tanks must pull him to where the side is actually facing the raid. Normally you'd face him so his the back side is facing the raid. You cannot do this because Karagga has 2 conals, one which shoots out the front towards the tank and the other which comes out his back. As you can see here, you want to make sure that the DPS do not get caught in it. It does a pretty good amount of damage. Also, every few percent of health, he will shoot out an oil slick, which will then catch on fire. The tanks must move away from this, and thus moving the boss. The way my group does it is we kite the oil slicks around the room. The DPS and healers must move to appropriate for this move. Throughout the fight, Karagga will shoot a vortex out to a healer or DPS. This relates to how far away you are. So if you are a tank, make sure that you are close in so that he doesn't shoot the vortex at you. When he shoots the vortex, a gravity well will happen, as the name implies, pulling everybody within a certain radius of the person towards them. For every moment that they are in the vortex's AoE, they will take damage. The vortex is cleansable, although if you cleanse it off yourself, you will take all the damage at once. So if you have the vortex call out for a cleanse, do not cleanse yourself. Also, throughout the fight, Karagga will deploy mouse droids. These will pick a target. You will see the icon above your head. It's a marker, and you will know that you are marked for the mouse droids. When this happens, the tanks must try to stun these droids and have the DPS AoE them down. Also, throughout the fight, Karagga will jam his front 2 legs into the ground and shoot drills through the ground and up to a DPS or healer or whatever. It doesn't do that much damage. It basically is meant to interrupt whatever you are doing. Other than that, this is a very simple fight. The DPS must try to mitigate their damage. This fight does take a little bit longer. The healers must watch out for the tanks. If the tank does not move the oil slicks around the room in appropriate fashion, the oil slicks could become a hazard for the DPS and healers as the fight goes on. Other than that, very simple fight, just be careful of the oil slicks and the vortexes. Thank you for watching. If you would like me to do this fight or the other fight, any of the fights from a tanking or healing perspective, please leave a comment in the thread below. If you would like to see something specific for a walkthrough, please leave a comment. Other than that, thank you for watching. Hopefully I'll have a explosive conflict walkthrough ready for you in the next week or so.